Are you new to No Man's Sky or just wanting to know the actual names of all 16 glyphs for the portal in No Man's Sky? Well, I'm Controlled Chaos and I'm going to be going over all 16 glyphs and what their actual names are and commonly used names for those glyphs in placement. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, we have what's called the sunset. This is the official name. It's also sometimes called the sunrise or just the sun to be short. Next is the bird. That's the only name it goes by. Same with the face. The face that you're seeing on the screen now, that's the only name it goes by. Next, we have the Diplo. The Diplo can also go by being called the dinosaur or the Loch Ness monster. Just because, well, that's somewhat what the image looks like. Next up, we have the eclipse. The eclipse can also sometimes be referred to as the moon glyph by some people. Then we have the balloon glyph. The balloon glyph, that's the only name for it. Everyone uses that name. Same with the boat glyph that you're seeing here. That's the only name it has. Next, we have the bug glyph. Some people call it the beetle glyph. Next, we have the dragonfly glyph. Some people call this the bug glyph or the insect glyph. Next, we have the galaxy glyph. Some people will call this the black hole glyph. Both work here. Next we have is the voxel glyph. The voxel glyph can also be called the hex glyph or the dice glyph. I know I have caught myself calling it the dice glyph myself, and that's just because I'm a big pen and paper role-playing game person, and that's fine. If it represents something to you, go ahead and call it that. I call it the dice just because it looks like a 12-sided or 10-sided dice to me from D&D and those other 20-sided dice games that are out there. Next, we have the fish. The fish can also be called the whale because it looks more like a whale than a fish, just with the way the back fins going up and the bottom fins are sort of going down. It has that whale look to it. Next is the tent, or some people will call it the TP. No, not that kind of... Anyways, the tent is also known as the TP, which is a specific type of tent, which is what this image represents. So if you hear TP, that's what they're talking about. Next is the rocket, or as they'll call it, the ship or the shuttle. Then we have the tree, or some people will call this the person because, you know, the branches in the tree in the middle make it sort of look like there's a head and someone's doing like a Y shape, pulling up their hands type of thing. Finally, we have the Atlas. The Atlas will also sometimes be referred to as the Triforce, as from Legend of Zelda. These are all 16 glyphs and the official names that I've given to you first, and then other names that people have given them. I know I've given some other names for them and it just happens, but all of us YouTubers and people that like to give locations of ships, we will show you the image of the glyph as we say the name of the glyph, so at least you'll have that imagery there. But at least now you know the names for each of these glyphs. If you really enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and be greatly appreciated if you subscribe. Only about 15% of my viewers are subscribed, so I'd like to jump that number up a little bit more. Anyways, have a great day.